Sandra, where are you?
I'm shopping and on my way home, Ebony. How may I help you?
What's for dinner tonight?
It's cold today, so I'm thinking of cooking beef stew.
Really? Beef stew?
Do you hate beef stew?
No, I love beef stew. But your beef stew is a little...
Excuse me, what do you mean by that?
You are completely unaware of what you're doing, aren't you? All of your dishes are tasteless, especially the beef stew. You're going to be stingy and use cheap beef anyway, aren't you?
I can't afford high-quality beef. It's domestic beef, so it's not cheap either.
It's hard for me to chew if you serve me a big chunk of beef.
You don't like chunks of beef? Why don't you just say so?
I'm not saying that I don't like chunks of beef. Any ingredient, any menu is fine. As long as they taste good, that's all that matters.
Ebony, I think you're being a little bit rude. I try my best to cook every day.
I'll try to praise you for cooking every day without slacking off, even if you're not very good at it. But even if it's for the family, it's food for people to eat. I'd like you to do a little more research.
I beg your pardon?
That's what I've been saying for a while now. Your cooking is tasteless.
But you are the only one who said that my cooking tastes bad.
Stop yammering on and on. Hurry home and start preparing dinner. I wonder why you always talk back to me.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'll hurry home.
Sandra, do you know where my favorite coat is? I can't find it in my closet.
If you're talking about that coat, I took it to the dry cleaning shop.
Huh?
Did you forget about that? You said you wanted me to send it out to the dry cleaning shop because it's your precious coat, right?
I did. So it's not finished yet?
Yes, I just brought it there 2 days ago.
Then it should have been finished by now, right?
No, I used the expensive course as you told me, so it takes a week. I told you that, didn't I?
That's not what I asked. What am I supposed to do now? I'm about to have lunch with a friend.
I don't know.
I don't have a coat to wear because of you.
Is it my fault?
Yes, it's your fault. You should have taken care of my coat earlier.
But you said it wasn't necessary.
Here we go. Another excuse. I'm tired of hearing your excuses.
What you say is outrageous.
Enough. If I don't have a coat, I won't have lunch today.
Ebony, you still have other coats to wear. Why don't you wear a different coat today?
I wanted to go out wearing that coat. I'll tell my friends I can't go because of you.
Oh no.
Why are you so inconsiderate? I hate you so much.
Jeez.
Sandra, where are you? You don't seem to be in the yard. Are you out?
Oh, Ebony, I just saw your message.
Where have you been?
Huh? You wanted to eat cake, so I went to the store to buy some.
Huh? You're still at the cake shop?
Yes. You just asked me to go there about 8 minutes ago.
You're such a bad wife. How much time do you have to spend on each thing?
I don't care what you say. I just did what you told me to do.
You haven't even finished cleaning up after lunch in the kitchen. It's really pathetic that you still can't even do your chores.
That's because right after lunch, you said that you wanted to eat cake. I didn't mean to abandon my chores.
Is that another excuse? Sandra, you never admit your faults, do you?
What?
No matter what I say, you keep making excuses. I wonder if you don't have an honest heart.
That's a terrible thing to say. I'm trying my best to do what you told me to do. Why can't you understand me?
If you can't do what I told you, then I have an idea.
What is it? By the way, I never said that I can't do what you told me to do.
No matter how I've been waiting and how much I educated you, you're not capable to fulfill your duties as my son's wife. So you must divorce Edward.
Divorce? Wait a minute. Why are you talking about divorce all of a sudden?
It isn't all of a sudden. I've been educating you about how to be a good wife for a long time. It was you who didn't listen to me.
I know you don't think well of me, but I have no intention of leaving Edward.
Huh? You are such a shameless woman. More and more, I don't want you here. Get out of this house right now.
No matter how much you try, I won't give up on my marriage. I'm Edward's wife. I will not leave my husband no matter what.
How dare you say that out loud? You are not qualified to be my son's wife if you can't even bear a child. I'll do whatever it takes to get you out of this house.
Edward, are you done with work?
It's going to take a little longer. What's wrong?
I'm on my way back from the hospital.
How was it?
I'll tell you more about that when I see you. More importantly, your mother told me today that she wants us to get divorced.
Huh? We're about to start a new family. What on earth is she thinking?
Your mother doesn't seem to like me in any way. Today, she told me I'm not qualified to be her wife if I can't even have children.
She said that?
Yeah, but she was right, so I couldn't fight back.
Mom's bullying is escalating day by day, isn't it? I'm taking it very seriously.
It's just...
What if something happens to you because of her? That would be irreversible.
That's true.
You're in a very important period right now, so let's take this opportunity to leave the house. I'll cut ties with my mom, who doesn't understand no matter how many times I tell her.
Edward, are you sure you want to do that?
I'm worried about you, Sandra. I can't leave you at home with Mom. I'll talk to Mom. You should take your stuff and go back to your parents' house.
Okay. Thank you, Edward.
Sandra, pick up the phone.
Ebony, what is it?
I heard from Edward. He said you guys are moving out. He even declared that he's cutting ties with me.
That's correct. We decided to do that after having a serious discussion.
And I heard you were pregnant. Why didn't you tell me about that?
It's not that I didn't want to tell you. It's just that I didn't have a chance to tell you.
Huh? What do you mean? We're living in the same house and you're telling me that you never had a chance to tell me?
You were always angry with me. I wondered what it would be like to tell you about me being pregnant in that kind of situation. I was looking for the right timing, but I couldn't find it. And then this happened.
What did you do to tip off Edward?
I didn't do anything wrong.
Don't lie to me. Edward told me not to contact you anymore. How could he say that if it wasn't because of you telling him nasty things?
That's...
Edward is my only son. Are you trying to take him away from me?
No, I'm not trying to take him away. But neither I nor Edward want a divorce. Since you asked for a divorce, I have no choice but to leave.
Edward said he couldn't live with me if I hurt you. He said that I, as his mother, have failed him. That's why he said he's going to cut me off. How can this be allowed?
Gosh.
He said that he can't live with a mother who would do such a terrible thing to his wife. I never thought my son would say such horrible things to me. It's all your fault.
No way. I didn't do anything nasty, but I'm not thinking of divorcing Edward.
I won't say anything bad, so come home. Especially if you are pregnant. It's only natural for me to hold my grandchildren, isn't it?
That's true, but I can't go back if you keep bullying me. It might have a bad influence on my child. That's what I've decided after discussing with Edward.
Who the hell do you think you are? Me being a bad influence on your child? What a terrible wife.
I will raise the child together with Edward. We will raise our child peacefully, so please don't worry about us. I don't think I'll ever see you again.
Huh? You think you can do this to me? Don't think you can get away with it. I'm going to find you for sure.
Edward, I have something on my mind.
What's up?
Lately, I feel like someone's been watching me.
Do you have any idea who this person is?
I don't know about that. It's not like I've actually seen the person, but I always feel like someone's looking at me. I'm scared.
That's creepy. There's been some reports of prowlers around, so we should be careful.
Yeah.
Since we need to worry about our child too, make sure all the windows and doors are locked.
Yeah, I know. It's not like anything happened, but it just bothered me, so I thought I'd drop you a message. I'm sorry to bother you at work.
Never mind. If you hear anything unusual, call me right away. Promise me that you'll do that, Sandra.
You have my word. Thanks, Edward.
Long time no see. It's me.
Who is it?
A year goes by and you still look the same, don't you? I finally found the place where I belong.
Ebony?
That's right. Your poor mother-in-law who was deprived of her son and grandson.
Why are you texting me?
Why can't I text you? Am I not even allowed to pick up my son and grandson?
What do you mean?
Do you think I forgot my son and grandson? How is that possible? I've been through a lot of difficulties the whole year. It's all because of you.
It's not my fault.
You won't get away with this. Give me back my son and grandson now.
What?
I'm talking about my son and grandson. There's no reason not to get them back. That's why I spent so many days spying on you guys.
So, that's why the whole time I felt like someone was watching over me. Was it you?
Oh, I guess so. I was careful while doing that. But did you notice me?
I kind of had a feeling that someone was watching us.
In order to get my son and grandson back, I've been doing a lot of research.
I never thought you'd do that.
You can't expect me to stay like this forever. How dare you take my son and grandson away from me? How dare you reply to my message without feeling guilty at all?
Let me make this clear.
What?
I have no intention of ruining the happy life we have now. We have already insulated ourselves from you. We will never ever go back to your house again.
What kind of a joke are you telling me?
What?
Who told you to come back? All I want is my son and grandson back. I don't need you.
Ebony, you've gone too far. I told you a year ago that I would never leave Edward, don't you remember?
Is that so? I don't remember that since it was a long time ago.
Then I'll say it again. I will never divorce Edward.
While you've been yammering on and on, I'm taking action.
What did you say? What are you doing?
Your room is on the first floor, right? I've checked that too. I just went around to the balcony side.
What are you going to do?
It's obvious. I'm taking my grandson home. I've dreamed of this day all the time. I'll do whatever it takes to bring him home today.
Are you insane? Taking away a child is kidnapping. You'll become a criminal.
Stop talking nonsense. That child is my grandchild. What's wrong with taking my grandson back to my house?
We won't approve of that.
Even if you don't approve, my grandson and I are blood related. You have no right to complain. It's not a crime.
Oh no.
What do you mean by calling me a criminal in the first place? I can't believe you just said that. But while you were moping, I've climbed over the balcony.
Wait a minute. Please don't do this. I just can't give you my child.
I'm bringing home my long-awaited grandchild, so be prepared. Hey, Sandra, what's this all about?
What do you mean?
As soon as I entered the room, I was seized by a man I don't know. Who is this guy?
Could it be...
What?
Are you sure you're in the right room?
Huh?
Which room did you enter?
Room 103.
Ours is 102. Room 103 is occupied by another family.
Huh? Did I get the wrong room?
I think you were trespassing.
I'm not trespassing. I didn't do anything wrong.
You went into room 103, didn't you?
Yes, but it was a mistake.
It's still trespassing, even if it was a mistake. The police will be here shortly.
What? What do you mean, the police?
Actually, I've always felt someone was watching me. I've been consulting with Edward about it.
Why the police?
I just saw you walking around in front of our apartment. That's why. I decided to contact Edward quickly.
And then?
Well, he said that since it was you would definitely come to the apartment. So he called the police and told them there's someone suspicious, and that he wants them to go look around.
A suspicious person? Me? How rude! I'm Edward's mother.
But I'm sure that's what he said. I think Edward was just trying to protect his child.
Protecting? What do you mean? I'm just taking him home. It's not right to say protect when all I wanted to do was bring my grandchild to my house.
When Edward left your house, didn't he say that he was going to cut ties with you?
Huh? I don't know about that.
You don't remember? It seems that you are already a stranger to him.
So that's why he called the police? How ridiculous. All he has to do is just tell the police about what happened.
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because you went into room 103. If you entered a stranger's room, that's clearly trespassing.
What? Is that so?
That's right. Surely my neighbor must be furious with that.
Come to think of it, they've been staring me right in the eye ever since I left. They say they're going to take my phone away too. Oh no, what am I supposed to do? Sandra, come and help me.
I refuse. Because when I left your house, I decided to insulate myself from you too. We're strangers now.
Why do you say such cold things? I'm your mother-in-law, so help me.
Isn't it strange for me to protect a stranger?
Oh no, are you trying to turn me into a criminal?
I guess it depends on what happens in room 103. The police will definitely come there. You will need to explain the situation in detail.
What do you want me to tell them?
Something like, you came here to take your son and grandson from me, but you got the wrong room. You have to be honest with the police.
I don't want to. There's no way I can say something so embarrassing.
Then, the only way is to get arrested.
No kidding. You're my daughter-in-law, so help me.
I'm not your daughter-in-law anymore. I'm just a resident living next door to the victim's house. I think it would be a good idea for you to take the time to reflect on what you have done.
Don't think of my problem as someone else's problem. You'll pay for this.
I will never see you again, so don't worry about that.
Wait a minute. Are you sure you won't help me? Am I really going to be taken to the police?
Probably.
I can't believe this is really happening.
After that, Ebony panicked and kept shouting incoherent things to the police officers who arrived on the scene. Naturally, she was taken to the police station. The resident of room 103 was a nice person, so we settled the case in peace. Ebony had broken a window and entered the room. In doing so, she also broke some expensive decorative objects, so she was charged a settlement of about $10,000. I guess she should be happy that she got away with it. Me and my husband are relieved that our child was not harmed in any way. However, we can't live in the same place now since Ebony has found out about our apartment. After consulting with Edward, we decided to change jobs and move to another city. It was a difficult decision, but we had no choice since we want to protect our child. Now, our family of 3 is living a peaceful and tranquil life together. I will try my best to live a steady life so that this happiness will last forever.